Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. And a pretty volatile day in the market once again. A big drop and then a dip was bought up as per usual. And we continue to be along this market, although I think we are getting a little bit toppy here. We are getting close, in my opinion, to a potential market top, but we'll have to see when that is going to occur. We still have lots of counts to complete here. Maybe some of them could be erased, but we'll have to see. Overall, I think we're getting ready to make a new all-time high in the SPY. Same goes for the triple Qs. IWM got a little bit hammered today, but did gap up at the open, and we came to fill that gap right away. And the Dow Jones was down actually pretty substantial amount, recovering back down here. But overall, I think this is a wave two pullback, and this was another dip buy opportunity, which looks like it turned out to be. And looks like we're going to continue to reverse up, but we'll have to see. Time will tell. Some of our trades that are playing very well, playing out very well right now, is a short position on oil. Oil absolutely got hammered today, down over 4%. So we are up significantly on that position. We're actually long SCO, which is the double leverage short Bloomberg oil. So overall, playing out quite nicely. I still think there's some more downside to come in oil. In my opinion, I think we were looking quite bullish. But once we invalidated some levels here, now I could officially say that we're going to go lower. And now that's what's been playing out, and we're inside of this wave three. Other things are going according to our plan. Is the short essentially on yields or long the bonds. This to me looked like a wave two pullback here, and then now a impulsive move down inside of a wave three. So I think this is the melt up scenario. So the final move up in the market is going to occur, and it should be coming soon. And again, this could be very, very volatile once this does happen. So again, it's important to have your positions in already and not FOMO in and panic in later on. So that's why the members inside the Discord are already positioned for this move higher if it does occur, and if it doesn't, and then we have very little risk reward ratios. Again, we'll just get stopped out. We'll let the market stop us out, and it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's what's happening. The yields are playing out quite nicely, and then the DXY is again getting a very big pullback here, essentially breaking back down, making another low again. I know a lot of people keep saying, the bears keep saying, no, the dollar is going up. It's going up. It's gonna go to new highs. They're gonna raise the yields even more. The yields are gonna take out the pivot, but that's not what's happening right now. There's gonna be a time where I'm gonna be short the market. And I think that's when the yields get back into this area here. And this is when the TLT is most likely going to start to show some signs of topping out. That's when I would be very, very bearish the market, right? So again, this could happen in a matter of months and weeks. Obviously, if there's a big shift in CPI and inflation data. And again, we're getting a lot of bearish economic numbers. So the economy is weakening. You could see that with the oil price getting a big hit today, and we're seeing gold and silver kind of start to come back to life here, along with the DXY kind of falling apart. So overall, there's still, in my opinion, a little bit more upside left in this market before we eventually start to top out. Triple Qs, again, when we're down in this area here, it seemed extremely unlikely for us to get a pump, and actually we didn't even hit my buy area on the triple Q. So this just shows you how bullish this market wants to be. So again, we're already up significantly from the lows here. It's already up like 9 to 10%. I think there's still another 10% left for the triple Qs to go higher, and then I'll draw out an even bigger topping out, like a bigger area for it to top out. But right now, this is what the short-term sell area that I have here, which is right at around 468 to 509 or 508, sorry, but it's not like set in stone, and it's not a 100% guarantee, right? So the SPY has already entered my longer term sell area, but I still think we have higher to go. And when the same thing happens when I take a look at the IWM, I still think that the IWM needs to get this melt up scenario here and finish up in like 235, 240 when the yields collapse. And once everyone's fully invested Everyone's in there. I'm ready. I'm ready to. I'm positioned all in small caps and all risk assets. I'm all in. The yields are falling, so this is super bullish for the economy. That is when I think the market is going to top out, and we're going to see a maybe even when the yields continue to go down here. This is when the market starts to roll over, and we even get inflation resurgence as well, and then yields have to come up with the market going down. That would make it for an extremely bearish scenario, right? So that's why I think we're near a nice cycle top before we start to go lower and pull back down. But not until I don't think and not until these counts are finished up and achieved, then I don't think we have a significant top on our hands just yet. But we'll see. I can be wrong. But overall, it's been playing out quite well in our favor. There are some signs of topping signals as well. When you take a look at the monthly, right now the SPY has just printed a red dot on the monthly time frame. We've seen these red dots appear on the monthly candles, right? Not shortly after, you start to see a potential rollover in the market. Same thing here, COVID crash. This one back in 2018. This one back here in 2018 in February as well. I got 2 in 1 year. But sometimes they don't always play out, especially if there's significant money printing. But right now I don't think there's money printing. They're doing money tightening, right? They're doing quantitative tightening, not quantitative easing. And then we'll take a look at the triple Qs here. Oops, let me get on the triple Qs. So the triple Qs, red dot has confirmed for last month, but doesn't mean we can't go higher. So that's why I think we get this blow off top scenario and then start to top out. So right now I'm looking at the ETFs and the futures. Very strong green money flow. It's only when I look at the Wanda chart, I think. Oh no, the Wanda chart has pretty much strong green money flow on all the charts here. So I don't think there's any problems to be had. I think it's only on the daily time frame. Yeah, the daily time frame, you're seeing dwindling green money flow. I mean, we can get big spikes up and big pumps, but it doesn't mean there's a lot of money flowing in, right? You don't need a lot of money to flow in for you to get big pumps. It could just be a small amount of money. It's just because there's no participants in the market, and then finally you get the scenario where you spike up so much and then you roll over, you lose all the gains, you lose the entire fifth wave. All of this will be erased, right? And then you lose it, and then you start to come back down in a very dramatic fashion. You erase all the gains in the market. Let's take a look at wave edge. So wave edge, I'm not seeing anything new here. Weekly, I mean, you got that significant selling on the weekly on the SPY a couple weeks ago. Same thing for the triple Qs and the Dow Jones. Nothing on the IWM. Let's take a look at the monthly. The monthly, you confirmed a red cross on the IWM, a red cross on the triple Qs, a red cross on the SPY, and a red cross a couple months ago on the Dow Jones. But we'll see. We'll see how things play out. In the short term, I'm still short-term bullish. I think we still have more upside. And that's how we've been positioned, and our portfolio has been benefiting from that greatly. Instead of being permanently bearish, we gotta shift. You gotta adapt to how this market's gonna change. Anyways, I think you guys get the picture. Let me take a look at the TLT here, and we'll cover some more individual stocks. So the TLT pulled back in wave 2. Now this count is finished. This correction is over. We are now going to impulse out in a wave 3 of 3, in my opinion, and this is very bullish for the TLT. So I think our TLT position is going to continue to grow as this pushes higher and higher. We're going to be selling calls. We have a very large position in TLT TMF, which is the triple leverage of TLT, but overall longing TLT. And just using a derivative product to get more leverage, and then this should compound our gains. And once this does happen, maybe I'll consider taking some profits as we approach the longer term sell area. Let's take a look here at NVDA. So NVDA eked out another 4% gain today. So wave 4, like I told you guys last week, this is just another dip buy. Now we're finishing up the 5th wave here of a 5th wave of a 5th wave of a 5th wave. So this is potentially maybe getting near the top for NVIDIA. So I think once we get into this area here, you got to be really careful, and you got to be mindful of, if NVIDIA is going to top out here, you don't want to be FOMOing in and opening long position expecting 2000. I think what's going to most likely going to happen is the market's going to probably start to top out as well, and you're going to lose this whole fifth wave. You're going to come back down to the 700s, if not even worse, the larger fifth wave, you're going to come back to the 400s, right? So a lot of these gains will be erased, but not before we get another move higher. And that's what I was calling for when we were dip buying down here at 763, at 836. The perma bears, short, NVIDIA's topping, and then another 37% move higher. So I think once the daily time frame shows us that we have nice bearish divergence, everything is set up in place beautifully. That's when we're going to be taking another big short position here on NVIDIA. So I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do with the trades here. Let's move on. Let me take a look at Tesla. So Tesla kind of doing more chop, sideways chop. I think it's just testing people's patience here. It's testing investors to see if they can hold throughout this dip. If it wants to correct down in a Y wave for a double correction, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but we would have to do it pretty soon before this market takes off towards the upside. If not, it's going to take off right away. Wave 2's in, and then you're going to continue up in a wave 3, take out the 200 pivot, and continue higher. Excuse me. Let me cover ROKU here. We'll take a look at ROKU. So ROKU, again, still doing a lot of chop. Could be doing this bearish count that I've shown here. Could also be finishing up in the longer term wave 2. So this one's a little bit more tricky. I'm still in my position here, but I will stop out if needed if we continue to break lower. Now, it really does seem like we're going to break lower because we continue to make lower highs and lower lows. But we do have nice bullish divergence. Divergence is forming and continuing to form as we make lower lows. So that's why I'm still very optimistic on ROKU and continue to hold it. Again, we don't have a crazy position. It's just a decent sized position in this trade. And if we do stop out, then we'll take the loss and we'll move on. Then the winners will make up for it. Alibaba finishing up on a wave 2 here. Should get out of here in a wave 3. Same thing for essentially the Hang Seng index. I think the Hang Seng is just finishing up. Not this one. I think it's this one. Oh, I can draw it here. You know what? I always say I can't find it. I'll just draw it on the HSI. So yeah, this is what you're doing essentially. Or I could have drawn this wrong as well. Maybe this is not a wave 2. That could just be a 4 and a 5, right? So because you could have your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So you could also do it like this, right? Cycle low, pull it up, and now you're finishing up in a fifth wave because you got nice RSI right there for a wave 3. So I think that you got a fifth wave coming here at any moment, and it's gonna blow your socks off. For the people who are still bearish to Hang Seng, I think we need to make one more high, and once we take out these highs and we have bearish divergence, this is when maybe I'll take some profits on the Ying trade that we have, which is the YNN, and it's the triple leverage bullish China shares. Again, we entered at the lows here, continue to hold. I still think there's a lot of more gains to be had. So again, I'm not going to settle for, I mean, it's a pretty crazy gain already, like 84%, 60%. But I think we got we're going to get into the hundreds here. Okay, let me get over to, let me see, AMC. No. I mean, AMC and GME had a pretty nice pop today. Let's see what they're doing in the after hours. Wow, very volatile stock, but I think GME and AMC got higher to go. That's what I was talking. I have a position in AMC, very small one though, just for the members who want to be risk on. We got a tiny little position in AMC, and if it wants to push up and go higher, I will welcome it. Okay. So yeah, that basically wraps it up. Don't really have much to add. We could take a look at Mara quickly. So Bitcoin breaking out to 70,000 today. I think we hit 70,300, and it kind of got rejected there. And now we're starting to roll over a little bit. So we'll see if Bitcoin can hold its footing here and confirm this breakout. We kind of got a breakout on the Bitcoin price from this symmetrical triangle. And if it comes back down and closes below, then that would be quite bearish. I should be showing a failed breakout, and we're not ready to go higher. And well, I mean, if that's the case, then we'll move on, all right, and we'll look for better opportunities. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.